Well, throughout the pandemic, we all had our opinions on how best to slow the spread without interfering too much with our day-to-day lives. Well, this week, Texas voters voiced their opinions at the polls. They said yes to two specific propositions that were put on the ballot in response to COVID restrictions. KSLA News 12's Destiny Patterson was in Marshall today listening to East Texans about why they voted yes.
62% of Texan voters voted in favor of Proposition 3, which means that the state can no longer limit religious services, including in churches like this one in Marshall, Texas.
I don't think the churches should ever have to close.
Green Hill Baptist Church number 2, Pastor Darren Rudolph says the church is one of the most important places to be, especially during uncertain times.
We baptized over 20 candidates in the year during the pandemic.
At the beginning of the pandemic, the stay-at-home order prevented places of worship to hold in-person services.
They didn't close Walmart, so why would you want to close the church?
Rudolph says he had similar frustrations when it came to seeing his mom in her nursing home.
If I wanted to see my mom, I had to talk to her through a window.
It was really hard for the residents. They got really withdrawn.
When voters went to the polls Tuesday, they voted to make sure that didn't happen again.
States that residents have a right to an essential caregiver no matter what circumstance. I'm excited for the proposition. I think it's a good thing.
Lawmakers are expected to specify guidelines for caregivers. For worship, conversations are already in the works.
While voters have made their decision at the polls, state lawmakers have also introduced legislation with similar language. Destiny Patterson reporting, KSLA News 12.
And if you missed out on any of the election results, mainly from the Texas area, remember Louisiana's elections are pushed back a couple of weeks. We have it on the KSLA app. Just scan that QR code, takes you straight to our election page.